Hi there guys, welcome to my new video. This one is about editing photos. I've decided now to change my channel. I'm now going to focus solely on what I like doing, because at the minute, previous to this, I have been doing vlogs, I've been doing challenges, I've been doing this, been doing that, and it's not really what I'm interested in at all. I'm interested in photography, so from now on I'll be doing photography based videos, and this is number one. And on today's video, what I'm going to be doing is using colour selection. I'm going to basically take a photo. I've seen a lot of photos online like this where you have you get a lot in New York City where you have like a white cab, not a white cab, a yellow cab in New York City with all the background black and white. You get it with models, photos where the lipstick's bright red and everything else is black and white. I'm going to do it today, but I'm going to do it differently because, obviously being British, I decided to do it with a phone box, a red phone booth. Now, the photo in question that I've got is actually of a phone booth that's been, phone box, British, that's been converted into a defibrillator box. I found it on Adobe Stock Images, so I've downloaded it from Adobe Stock. And if you want Adobe Stock, you can go on Adobe, and I think it's £20 a month for Adobe Stock photos. I will be using a lot of my own photos in these videos, but for today I'm just going to use a stock image. So let's get cracking onto Photoshop. Right, so we're in Photoshop now. What I've done is I've increased the clarity a bit, made the red a bit punchier from the standard image. And there's a few different ways of going about doing this. The way I like to do it is use a adjustment layer and convert that to black and white, like that. That's done. You can mess around with these settings a bit just to bring things down, like different colours. Bring the reds out, bring the yellow, just change, like the clarity of the black and white image. I'll mess around, I'll see what I come up with. So, as a black and white image, I'd say that looks pretty decent, yeah. So I'll close that down, move that back in there, and then add a layer mask onto that. And basically what we can do is just use a paintbrush tool. Let's change the brush size a bit. Still too small. It's about 150 pixels. That's better. And just basically brush over where we don't want the colour to, where we want the colour to shine through. So brush that on there. I'll do is I'll just brush the whole phone box over. It's a bit awkward because I'm not using a mouse, I'm using the trackpad that's built into my MacBook, but it's not too bad. So just get a rough idea of where we're going with this. Doesn't have to be perfect, we can go back in later and edit it. So there we are. Get that too. It's looking pretty decent as it is, so I'll just fill in all these little blank areas. Now, what I'm going to do, because I'm a bit perfectionist, I just want the red of the phone box to be red, really. I don't want anything else to be red, to be of colour at all. So, once I've just finished doing this, I'm going to zoom in with over here. So we'll zoom right in 300%, and we'll go round. We'll swap the colour back to white. We'll just go around the edges and take out anything that's not red. Back to the, just obviously go back over, adjusting. I'm not bothered about the little red speckles on the base of the phone box. just want it to be the phone box itself. So we'll go around and just adjust all these. So bear with me while I do this. I'll probably speed this bit up. Now then, as you can see, I've done quite a bit there. Now what I'm going to do is this edge here is a pretty straight edge. So what I can do is, if I use a magnetic lasso, is it like magnetic lasso tool? No, it's not that one I want. So I'll cancel that off. Command D just to get rid of that. It's not that what I want to do, it's the normal polygonal lasso tool. So basically just take a starting point, say at the bottom there, and go all the way up. Too far, back down. Right, up to about here, and back down to the bottom. Like that. And just basically fill that with the paint bucket tool. Somewhere, I've lost it now. Where's the paint bucket tool? Oh, there it is. No, it's not in there. Where is it? You know what? I'm not even going to bother with paint bucket tool because I've already selected it. So what I can do is just go onto paintbrush and just go like that, fill it all in with paintbrush because it'll not go over the edges. Like so, all the way up. Now I could have done this all the way around the film box and just painted it all red anyway, but I wanted to do it that way. I don't know why. Just everyone has their own different methods of doing it. What I'm going to do is, because I can see a bit where I've coloured in here, it doesn't want to be, so what I'll do is I'll just select and inverse my selection and go like that, and then just use white to edit that out there. It doesn't matter if I go over because there's a line there stopping. If I go over to come down here, then it will go over, but I'm just focus on that area there. So that looks pretty clean and crisp. So if we zoom out and get a good view of the entire shot, I'm just going to deselect everything. So there you go. You can see that's quite nice as it is. Now what you can do is go in and take out like the inside of the windows and make them black and white again. So the defibrillator inside the box where it's yellow would be black and white. What I can do is just show you one panel. For example, I'm going to use the lasso tool and just select it inside of a window like so. Doesn't have to be perfect because I can go back in and adjust it later, but there we go. So we'll do that and we'll just take the white brush and where's my brush tool there, and just go in and just all the way around like that. Now what I don't know if it's going to work like this. I'm going to try it anyway because I've already got that window. I'm going to see if the windows are the same size. So what I'll do is I'll just no, that's not what I wanted to do, is it? No. My selection. Move my selection. No, that's not it either. Forget about that. I'll just create a new selection down here. What I thought I could do is move the selection down, but there's probably a way of doing it. I just a bit out of touch with Photoshop. I've not used it for a while. Not for anything like this anyway. And like that. But this one, it's got like a little red of the inside of the phone box. I want to really leave the red inside the phone box, so I'm just gonna take my paintbrush tool, if I can find it again. There we go. Select layer, sorry. And yep, just brush around the edges of that red. So as you can see, now I think that looks pretty alright as it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around and just finish off. Oops, sorry about that. Around and just finish off doing each of these little bits in here, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like when it's done, and we'll see what it looks like. Right, so what I've done now is I have, you can see I've made lots of little squares on the photo, basically using the Sue tool and the Shift key to make multiple squares. So if I zoom out, what I can do is just grab the brush tool, get a nice big brush, a really nice big brush, and just brush over everything, because it'll only fill in where the squares are. So there you go, as you can see, and that's that done. What I'm going to do is, before I finish this video off, I am just going to go around and do this panel down the side too, just all the windows. But if we zoom out and have a look what we've got so far, you can see, let's do Command D to deselect. We have got quite a nice looking image so far. It does contrast well. So I'll finish off these last few squares and wrap this video up. So let's get going. Right, so here's the finished product. As you can see, I've left some of the red inside the windows still visible, but most of it I have took out. Like most of the windows I've took out anyway. I'm going to switch back to the camera now. Right then, guys. So as you saw, that was me doing the black and white to slightly, like, I don't know what you'd call it. I'd say, I don't know, but basically single colour in a black and white photo. I think it's quite a good touch. So what I've realised actually after doing the Photoshop part is when I did a layer mask, I didn't actually need to add that layer mask on. You can just paint straight over the adjustment layer. So if you're watching this, obviously afterwards, if you've not already done it, don't worry about the layer mask, you don't need it. That was my error. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and do one of these videos, at least one a week, photography, video related. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, drop me a subscribe and like and share, and I shall see you probably the same time next week for another new video. So cheers for watching and goodbye.